And we're live. It says we're live. Says we're live. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hey, someone let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let me know, let me know. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, yeah. Happy Friday. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Just waiting. I'm just waiting. Sounds like a death match. There we go. Mango Burrito. What a fun name. Hello from Germany. V. Gates. IoT Dude Channel. Hello. Gerhard Gobbler. Czar with 35 czars. And here we go. Was it the printer? Was it the filament? Was it the printer? Or was it the G-code? Thanks for that. I appreciate the little cash influx there. I'll use that for a milkshake. High five, obviously. We don't know. Originally, didn't know, did some investigation. SUNLU came back and said, I believe we sent you the wrong G-code. The wrong G-code was on the SD card. Can you do this again? And I was like, sure. Let's do it again. Let's do a Friday stream. Let's just have some fun with this. And then they said, we have new firmware. Can you put that in? And I was like, of course. Of course. Can't hear me, but I'm frozen. Audio but no video. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, frozen. That's not good. Well, let's see if we can figure this out. Weird. Maybe? I'll tell you what, I'll restart OBS and see what happens. Okay, according to this, I restarted OBS and you should be able to see me. Maybe. Give it a sec. We'll give it a sec. Give it a sec. 10-4. Tyler Gifford with a 10-4. It work. Jake Eilsman, yes, we back. We back. Now you can see me. Now you can hear me. Now we can see you. Thanks, David Kwasnick. Yeah, that's right. Garrett Gobbler. We got movement. NLTMW. We are animated. So as I was saying, SUNLU was like, we gave you the wrong G-code. Do it again. Use this updated G-code. Fine, we could do that. Andrew Rogers with a tenner. All good. Money for the frosty beverage. Fun. That's 2 5s right there. It's Friday. Friday. That frosty beverage is going to be a milkshake. I hope you don't mind. John Stern. Good. Yeah. Email me. Builder's Mark 5x5. I love it. I love it. But also, SUNLU reached out and said that they had a new firmware as well, which is kind of exciting. You put the firmware.bin on the SD card, you turn it on, and it updates. So that's where we're coming at from that. Also, watch this. Ready, ready? So we got that. Look at that. I figured out how to resize the window. That's fun. And there's the print. There's the fabled print from last time. Fabled. You heard Grobler. It is 8 p.m. Wow. Trap0815, greetings from Germany. V. Gates. Wie spät ist es in Germany? I don't know. But there's the print. You know, this is the one. This is the one that was kind of a little iffy right there. A little bit iffy. I wanted to make sure. Ugh. Oh boy, there's a cool. So we've got. I've got the firmware.bin on the SD card. I just wanted to make sure we were live here because you can see it right down there. I'm going to power this on. It should update the firmware in 3, 2, 1. SUNLU, good, good. Okay. I didn't say anything about updating the firmware. I wonder if I can, about the printer. Version 3.4. Okay, okay. So at this point, I have to assume the firmware updated. I followed their instructions, and now, Jürgen V. Gates, welcome. So now I think let's start a print. Like, I'm not assembling anything. This is just to verify stuff works. So The filament they sent is not good. It broke. It broke. It snapped in multiple pieces, and I had to fish it out of the filament sensor. Oh. You know, sometimes. Oh, Raj, thanks for that. Santiago, I don't know. Oh, Raj, first time watching. Welcome. I want to get the filament in a good spot because I know we're going to have to use that. And then I will trim this. Oh, here, you can see it right there. I'm just going to trim it at an angle. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I got to preheat. Preheating. I'm going to take this print off because we don't need it right now. Put it right there. Joe, your screen is frozen. Am I not broadcast? I show movement. I show streaming. I hope no one else's screen is frozen. Sorry about internet troubles. I got troubles. You got mine. I don't know. It tells me I'm 5x5. You tell me. I am moving. That's good. I can see. Look at this. I'm animated. I can move it good. Okay. Video looks fine. Good. We are preheating beds at, well, nozzle's already up there. I am going to try and back the filament out. I'm going to try and back the filament out because it's got some filament in there. Okay, this is good. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do is feed filament in. That way we have known, good, non-breaky filament going in. Cool. Look at that. We are primed. Remember, this stream is all about making sure this can print correctly. Sabotage. Hi. Let's start a print. Or wait, no, I'm already leveled. So I should be able to just start a print. Print from SD, and I've got a directory here called new G-code. A SUNLU model. It's got some boogers. We are on booger patrol. Okay, got it. It says home Z first. Okay. Okay, so right now the printer just keeps rebooting itself. Okay. Homing failed, printer halted, please reset. Take out the SD card and remove the bin file. Okay. Typically when I've done printer upgrades where there's been a bin file on an SD card, might as well go back to here. Typically when I've done that, it renames the .bin to .old or something like that. So that seems redundant. But you know what? I'll check it out. But that bin file on the SD card should not have affected it. Let's see, resin, printing nonstop with my SUNLU T3. That's great. That is great. Okay, good. It renamed the firmware.bin to firmware.cur for firmware.current. So that's not an issue with the machine at all. In fact, firmware.bin is no longer on the SD card. So we know that because it's renamed it, it's taken that .bin file and it has upgraded the 3D printer. Let's try again. Zombie Hedgehog, good afternoon. Blake, this bodes well. Well, let's not bin it yet. Come on, let's give it the good old college try. It's Friday, right? Positive vibes only. I'll bring you back. There we go. Okay, printer is on. I'm just going to do a simple home. Getting further this time. This is good news. Okay. That's right there. Perfect. Okay, well then, let's print something. Okay, it looks like this G-code is taking the nozzle to 210C, and it looks like it's not heating the bed, or it's taking the bed to 30C. Zombie Hedgehog, I'm hoping this goes better today for the sake of SUNLU. Me too. I hate it when stuff doesn't work, and I would rather stuff work. Christopher Truskowski, that's a tenor. That's 2 5s right there. Big fan of the videos. Thanks from our makerspace to your channel. Well, thank you from my channel to your makerspace. That's really kind of you. I'm really glad you enjoyed the episodes we put out here, and more to come. More to come. In fact, in 2 days, I leave for the island country of Malta. You know who's out there. We're going to be working with Construct 3D and Joe Kasha and Stargate Studios and the Malta Bureau of Tourism and whoever else we can work with. It's going to be fun. Jurgen, your filament holder's on the wall. That's very good. Top 100. Thanks, my friend. I like it. There's a little booger. Oh, it left a booger. Don't level on the booger. Oh, stupid. Hold on. Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay. This is not good. The nozzle oozed, and it took the BL Touch and it leveled on top of the hardened, oozed filament. Hold on, we'll keep printing here. It's gonna work. Going back at it. Mike Julius, thank you for becoming a member here on YouTube. Obviously, YouTube memberships do help support the channel. You get a cool little icon next to your name. If you're interested in becoming a member here on YouTube, there's a link down below. I believe it's called Become a Member, and then you get all of the goodies, and it should be a lot of fun. Resin, what does the firmware supposedly fix? I don't know. They said this is a new firmware. Install this, please. Phil Nolan, would be great if SUNLU was in the chat to help. That would be great as well. We did, in the email, talk about them being in the chat, and so they do have that opportunity. Let's hope they do get a chance to stop by. Mike Julius, high five. Greetings. Mr. V8 Trick, always love the boogers grabbing. I like this angle. I wanted you to be able to see the screen on the printer. Once we get to printing, though, I can always zoom in on the model being printed because I got the camera right over y'all. Blake with a tenner. That is 2 5s right there. What is your favorite new thing in 3D printing this year? I think my favorite quote-unquote new thing is what the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon has brought to consumer-based 3D printing. Because as an all-in-one package, what they've brought is speed and quality and the ability for people with not as much knowledge in 3D printing to be able to do multicolor 3D printing with their AMS unit. I think that it's important what Bamboo Lab has done, and I think it bodes well for the entire consumer-based 3D printing community. Okay, put down a line. Well, this is moving faster. Domenico, what's up, man? Portion of a milkshake on you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Dylan Bowen, are you going to review the Lot Max Shark V3? Perhaps. We're currently in email. Okay, I'm going to have to stop the print. It looks like maybe heating the bed would have been a really good idea. It doesn't appear the firmware heats, or this G-code heats the bed. Let's edit some G-code. To heat the bed, it's just a G-code command at the beginning. And, Domenico, yeah, F's in the chat, please. If you could all drop some F's in the chat for me, that'd be great. So to heat the bed, I believe it's it's either M104 or M140. And so what I can do is load up the G-code that they sent and just add that function in there. Resin with a fiver, that's a high five. What is the extent of your experience making your own 3D models, whether it be figures or just simple functional prints? I'm really good at right angles and CAD. That's about it. Organic modeling, I can't really do. Tinkercad's been great. I have some experience in Fusion 360, and I've put videos out over the last couple of years on how to use Fusion 360. My first experience in 3D modeling was with Photoshop in their 3D engine and in OpenSCAD, because it's ECMA 262 based. Fun, right? Okay, SD card is in. Let's take a look. I am printing something called SUNLU. SUNLU, and this, it's a SUNLU logo. It is a SUNLU logo. 104, thanks Builders Mark. I knew you'd know. Bring that in. Let's see. We get... We get M140S30. Okay, so they are purposely, I'm just going to change that to 60 to 60. All right. Now we're cooking with gas, see? Let's eject that. Okay, now we're going to heat the bed to 60 C. That's a typical temperature for this type of material. And we'll see what happens. I'm really glad you're all here with me. Builders Mark 140 is the bed. Yeah, did see that. Thank you so much, my friend. There we go. We're going to heat the bed to 60, and then we're going to heat the nozzle to 210. So I will bring that over there. One of the things that SUNLU did ask for me to talk about was this contest that they're running, or a giveaway, something like that. There is a link in the description. If you go check it out, you'll get all the information you need. But right now, I don't know much about it. But someone click it. Tell me about it, because I'm curious what the giveaway or the contest is. Gary Putnam, what's going on? Blake, woohoo for live code editing. Right? I mean, it was really easy. I just changed a 3 to a 6 in 2 spots. So 140 in G-code is what does the heat bed, or at least whatever the heater one for the heat bed is. Ooh, in Marlin. And then 190 is what tells the printer to wait until this temperature before continuing on, which is why you see the bed heating up first and then the nozzle. Phil Evans, oh, look, an Ender 3. It's a clone. It is not an Ender 3, it's a clone. Come on. Mr. Vietrick, was the Benchy good at the end the other day? It was. If you go to my Twitter, I tweeted it out. But the Benchy looked fantastic. It was wonderful to see. Let's see, it is. There we go. There's a little line right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's from a light. Where's it from? They split it. There you go. It's between the temperature. Neptune and Ender had a baby. There we go, Truggy. Greedy Bruno, greetings from Seattle here in the U.S. Glad to have you on board. We'll get there. We're almost there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the contest on the SUNLU site, from the link in the description, runs from the 18th to the 29th, and very limited details right now. Okay, cool. Let's hope SUNLU does make it into the chat so they can answer some questions and give some ideas on details. Purge line is on the bed. Thank you. I will grab that. Thank you for that reminder. There we go. Got it. Doing otherwise. A little chunky on the bed, just trying to get to it. Yeah, good enough. All right. Resin with a fiver, what profile are you using to print with on the T3? I use the Ender 3 V2 profile on the newest Cura, modified the size slightly, and it prints perfect. That's really good to know. I'm not using any profile. So with this machine, I told SUNLU what I want them to do is pre-slice files for me. This is a live stream, and so I didn't want me slicing things to have any sort of bearing on the finished product that this machine makes. What I wanted to do was make something that they provided the slice for, because our goal is success. So there we go. Phil Nolan, it sounds pretty quiet. That's because it is pretty quiet. It's actually a fairly quiet machine. Colin, found you through your Dremel videos. By the way, I have 2 of them rebuilding after being used in a school for a number of years, parts from China. Oh yeah, the Dremel stuff. Boy, it's been a while. Uh-oh. Booger. Booger. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The heat was key. Yeah, that's good. Domenico, hey Joel, did you see my custom Prusa Mini Revo heatsink? I'm working on. I have not. I'm really sorry. I don't know if you've posted it on the Twitters. I haven't been able to keep track. I've been running around pretty crazy for the last, month and a half, it seems like. I've just now got the studio in a place that's really good. In fact, Print Farm's going. My wife's back there packing up shipments and stuff. It's cool. We are putting down a first layer, and it doesn't look shabby. I mean, that's a first layer, yeah. It's laying it down. Okay, now that we're printing, I will get you zoomed in. Tell you what, I'm gonna put you on that one so the camera's not shaking, right? Shaking and baking. about, bam, look at that. Oh, extruder skipping. Might have to set focus, right? Let's see. There we go. That's not bad. Well, we're printing. Is that a nozzle light? It is a nozzle light. There is a light on that nozzle. I'm gonna back it out just a bit. That's a bit extreme. There we go. That should be good. President, I do love lights being added to these new printers like this or the FL Sun V400. I do dig the lights. I think, though, I like the idea of being able to illuminate what's underneath the print head, but at the same time, I like the idea, like an Ultimaker, while expensive, was essentially a photo booth for your 3D print, because if you were to take a picture with it, it was awesome. So lights around, whether it's in an enclosure or embedded within the extrusion or something, is generally something I like a lot. We are getting clicks on the extruder, so the defaults here are might be a little bit too fast for it. We'll see. Could you disable the auto save function, as that is often the main cause for skipping? Is it? I thought it was it had to do with flow, filament flow and temperatures and stuff. I didn't think about that. Major Gamer Geek, hey, happy Friday. From the PNW, where are you at, man? There is a little chunky area there on the, let's see if I can get you in there. Ooh. Right in there. That little black spot is, it was a piece of the bed that had come up a little bit. Yeah. FLA Labs, hello, Mr. Nerd. Now that your new studio is set up, will you be bringing back Fan Mail Friday? I sure will. We're actually going to be doing streams for Fan Mail Friday, and it's set to go either, we might be able to get one once back from Malta, but after Malta, in a couple weeks after that, we go to Frankfurt, Germany for Formnext, and so if not then, after Frankfurt. Because December 15th, we're doing our massive annual giveaway stream, and we've partnered with Seattle Children's Hospital and my buddy Bender, who is Mornings with Jody on 95.7 The Jet here in Seattle. They raise money for Seattle Children's Uncompensated Care Fund. They never turn away a family because kids deserve medical care, and they have this fund that people can donate to help cover the costs. Do you need a big box? Do you want to pass it this way? You got it? Oh, my wife's getting a box over there. Making a bunch of noise. It's a racket. That's true. Better than the printer making noise. Nozzle temp might be a little on the low side. Nozzle temp, Andrew Rogers, is at 210C. That should be plenty for PLA. I have to print a Maltese Falcon. Stephen White, greetings from Bothell. Oh, man. Let's see, in Bothell, there was a Daddy's Donuts, right, is out there. They make really good donuts. Kurt Lazarus, what temp does the hot end go up to? It is not all metal, so my guess is 235 to 260, something around there. Tomas, hi. Wow, South Africa. How's it going? Hello from Seattle here in the States. How is this angle for the printer? Is this good, or do you guys want a different angle? I can get you something different. It's up to you. Let me know. I mean, there's a lot going on right there, right? Oh, we're cooking now. Spool up top was like knock, knock, knock. Ink good. Sweet. Armadet, I'm printing a life-size posable mannequin. That's kind of cool. Dylan Bone, is that print bed any good? It is, I think it's okay. I mean, it's holding on to stuff as long as we're at the right temperature. It's flying. Jeez. Nathan means, no, not a Prusa clone. I would say this is more similar to a clone of an Ender 3 myself. Trevor Cripps, what speed? I don't know the answer to that. Have a good dinner, Domenico. See you soon, brother. What speed? Okay. It's moving. Carlos, hey, wow, Argentina's in the house. That's fantastic. Raj, glass beds are superior because of its flatness. Sure. If that's the way you roll, then that's fantastic to you. Good for that. Nathaniel Probes, I recently finished a full-size all 3D printed R2-D2 in 8 months on one CR6 SE. I tip my hat to you, good sir. That is amazing. Trevor Cripps, I think it's cooking. I know. It's like someone injected it with some Red Bull or something. Thanks, John. See you later, man. I'm going to get you just a slightly different angle here because, I mean, it's moving. Okay. There we go. We got some fun going there. Let's get a good focus on there. There we go. That's not bad. Asgariel. Asgarali? Greetings from Vancouver. Now, is that Vancouver here in Washington State, or is that Vancouver up in Canada? Either way. Greetings from Seattle. Dylan Bowen, what makes this printer able to print this fast versus an Ender 3? Nothing specifically. An Ender 3 can scream as well. It just has to do with being able to push the filament at speed consistently. And when it gets going fast, it does get a little bit louder, which is fine. Oh yeah, acceleration values as well. So if you, Vancouver, Canada, great. If you did compile your own firmware for an Ender 3, you could get some speed on it too. Kurt Lazarus, what's the best active heated chamber temperature for PC? Do you recommend? I don't know. So PC itself, I don't know if you necessarily need a heated chamber, but you probably need a chamber that reduces drafts. As long as the temperature stays consistent in there, it's not going to be too cold. I know with Bamboo Labs, you can print PC in there all day long, no problem, and they do not have a heated chamber, but it is enclosed, so any heat generated from the heat bed stays within, and being enclosed, it means there's no drafts coming in to cool it down. I hope that makes sense. Hey, Belgium is in the house. What's going on? Hey, from me here in Seattle. Andrew Osmond in Oak Harbor. Howdy, man. Great to have you on board. The nozzle on this stock printer has a copper inlay, so allows for maintained temp easier than a normal nozzle. Okay, that would make sense. Copper is going to be a great heat conductor, and if it has a nozzle inlay inside, or if it has an inlay inside the nozzle that is copper, you're going to find that it's going to be able to hold a more consistent heat as it's pushing filament through. So that could lend itself to having faster prints that look good. Zombie Hedgehog. Remember, all printers can move fast. Not extrude fast or consistently, but they can sure move fast. Jotsky.fi, how's watching grass grow and paint dry? Smiley face. Ah, that's funny. Listen, story of my life, man. I've been doing this for years. Story of my life. Karen, you're in. Welcome to the chat. What's going on? Jack in the shop. I don't know the print speed. This is a pre-sliced file, and it doesn't necessarily list it within the G-code, so I don't know. Santiago, what is the best way to test extrusion reliably? Well, one of the things you should do if you're ever worried about it is do the extrusion, the steps. You test for E-steps on the extruder. So you mark 100 and 100 at 100 and 120 millimeters on a piece of filament. Then you extrude 100, and then you measure to the 120 line. And if you're at 20, then you know you extruded 100 millimeters of filament. If you're at less than 20, you know you've extruded more. And if you're at more than 20, you know you've extruded less. And using math, you can put in the numbers that you have and calculate the correct E-steps for the motor. And then you put that in, and then you extrude 100, and you get 100. And so that's going to be one of your first steps. Then you can do like linear advance and flow calibrations. And that's there's articles on the internet on how to do that. I off the top of my head, I just know the E-step stuff. Is it very loud, or could you sit next to it and watch YouTube? Greetings from Germany. War Tiger 29 V Gates. Listen, it's a little loud, just a little bit, just because the movements are really loud. It's not necessarily one of those machines that's like the movements are loud, but it's not a loud machine. Like here, I'll tell you what. Here we go. Microphone's right here, and I'm standing next to it. You can probably still hear me, and you're getting an accelerated, up-close preview of the noise level. Aaron F. Geared, hey, welcome to the chat. Flow calibration is always step 2. Bam. If you could put I don't know if you can put links in there. I don't remember what YouTube allows for links, but yeah, if you can... yeah, after you do E-steps, do your flow. It should be good. It looks like layers are good, which is all that matters. Finishing faster. It's just something that means you can get things done faster. I would have to agree with you. I know that a lot of people are out there trying to get faster machines that can print better, and that's great. Being able to print faster at a quality level that's the same as a slower print, I mean, just means you can get more stuff done. There would be no reason not to print at that speed if it prints at exactly the same or better quality level as printing slower. But speed isn't everything, and it's just one of those things. If you have a machine that you like, and it's not necessarily the fastest thing on earth, but it prints exceptionally well all the time, congratulations, you have an awesome 3D printer. Linus water bottle, not sponsored. Or hashtag not sponsored. Jezza C, what's the print bed made of? I don't know. It's BuildTak-esque. And I know BuildTak is like a PC, right? I believe. So it's BuildTak-esque. Mitch 3D, what's up, man? Print's going well. Better than last time. Raj, I have a question. If you do the E-step calibration like that, doesn't it depend on what temp you are calibrating at? It does not. It does not. Because you are calibrating the E-steps of the extruder motor itself. Regardless if you're printing too hot or not, that motor is going to push the same amount of filament. I hope that makes sense because you're measuring above the extruder and not where it's melted. Go look it up online, E-step calibration. I promise you, I'm probably making it more complicated than it needs to be. It's 3D, nice to see you and David at Earth. It was great to see you, man. And I saw that Jason sent you that V0.1 Voron, so that's going to be your backpack printer, right? You know, when I did the big giveaway at Protopasta, there's a gentleman, 3D printing doctor. I believe he just hit. He's on YouTube and TikTok as well. He puts out some great shorts. He had a backpack Voron. Excuse me. So, CNC Maker, the E-steps can change based on the speed of the feed due to slippage. Oh, sure. Like, I get that. But if you're doing an E-step calibration, you're not full sending the filament, right? You're feeding it at a standard rate that shouldn't have any issues at all. If you are sending it to the moon full send, that you should slow it down a little bit. David Lewis, question, is 300 high temp worth it? I don't know. It depends on what you want to print. Like 300C on the nozzle is great if there are materials that melt around that temperature. That if you need to print them, you can, right? But 300C is great just if you have materials you need to print. 99 times out of 100, no one needs an all-metal hot end because they're just printing PLA. That's my hot take. Mitch, you want to get in touch with the backpack Voron guy? Okay. I know that, look up on TikTok, I know, or YouTube, 3D Printing Doctor. 3D Printing Doctor. Good dude. He was the one that did like a YouTube short and a TikTok about it. It might have been someone else's backpack Voron, but that's who I saw. So get to searching. Stephen Poole, what's up? Jesky, why are print beds so touchy to be broken? That's actually a really good question. Well, I know Ivan Miranda uses mirrors, right? Because they're nice and flat. So you could always go that route. You could use powder-coated PEI, which is going to be able to be handled a little bit harder and still put up a fight. Anytime you're using blue tape or Kapton tape or build tack or whatever, a print surface is kind of like brake pads and tires in a car. It's a consumable surface. It's a consumable for the machine. So you're going to have to replace it every once in a while and be a little bit careful with it. Good night, Jurgen. Either needs to be hot swappable or be able to be manhandled. The bed. Sure. Gavin Thomas, any thoughts on additional Z-axis stabilizers for Ender 3 models and clones? It's a really good question. So if you have the upright gantry, what they're talking about is being able to put on a cross member to be able to stabilize that upright gantry. And it's a wonderful solution if you're having problems with the machine that stabilizing the gantry will fix. But if you're still if you have a machine like an Ender 3 or a clone and you're printing incredibly well with it, there's no need for you to add that fix. And so if you are experiencing problems with wobble and you need to sturdy up that gantry, then yeah, putting in a brace in, I say, is a great idea. But if you just want to mod something, I mean, go for it. Like, I'm not here to judge you, but yeah, I mean, have fun with your machine, mod it up. But I mean, I typically don't mod things unless the mod is there to fix a problem I'm having. Kaushik. Hi, Joel. I'm Kaushik from India. Just want to say thanks. 2 years back when I was too bored and stressed, I came across one of your videos on YouTube that made me buy a 3D printer. And now when I'm bored and stressed, I just 3D print stuff that gives me relief from my work. Thanks, Joel, because I started this hobby and I really enjoy it. It's really good to meet you, my friend. I really hope to come to India one day. I'd love to give you a high five in person, shake your hand, and just congratulate you on finding a wonderful hobby. And I really hope the content that keeps coming out here on 3D Printing Nerd is something that you enjoy and you keep finding ways to cure your boredom. Giselle, we may not We may not need an all-metal hot end, but it's so nice to no longer have to trim burnt PTFE tubing. Sure, I agree with that. I agree with that. Some people, though, feel the need to go to all metal right off the bat without taking into consideration what they're going to be printing. So I totally get that, and I love not having that. Like the Revo system from E3D is just wonderful. It's just wonderful. No more burnt PTFE tubes. Aaron F. Geared, fix things that are broken. Yes. Yes. Fix things that you perceive to be broken. Maybe. Maybe that's better. Yeah. Matt's Makerspace. Hate all the stream. And oh, hey, Joel. Hey, Matt. How you doing? We're getting along with this print pretty well. Jack in the shop. I'm the same way about the mods. I have 2 stock Ender 3s. I did add the blue tube and the metal extruder. Both fantastic upgrades. And the bed springs. So bed springs, the blue tubing, the Capricorn PTFE tubing, and the all-metal extruder. While an Ender 3 is going to be fine without those if you just want to print stuff, all 3 of those things really contribute to the longevity of the machine and it being more stable over time. So they're not necessarily, that's where it gets interesting. An Ender 3 by itself maybe isn't broken, but those mods are upgrades that will really benefit you over time. That's what I'm thinking. Gavin Thomas, bed springs versus silicone. Any thoughts? Well, I don't know what you mean there. What do you mean by silicone? I mean, I know what silicone is, obviously, but what do you mean by bed springs versus silicone? You're gonna have to explain a little bit more in that comment right there. I got a haircut yesterday. How's my, let's see. There we go. Just keep it off my forehead. Wow, my big forehead. Look at that. I got some forehead. That's fantastic. Steve White, currently printing a PET bottle recycler filament maker. Should be fun project and useful recycling in the end. Oh, that should be fun, man. Good luck with that. Rubber spacers. I see. Versus the springs. I'm a big fan of having a sturdy bed surface for the machine to print on. If you have bed springs and they're extended a bit, then the bed can get a slight little bit of wiggle. If you can compress the springs, then you're making a sturdy bed surface, or at least compressed as much as possible. Putting in washers instead of springs essentially makes a stable bed surface. I prefer that over springs just because I like a sturdy bed surface, and you can utilize any form of auto bed leveling or auto bed tramming in order to print on that sturdy surface. Hey, from James, let's see. Oh, Aaron F. Garrett first. Silicone bed spacers seem to hold their height better than springs. That's good to know. Hey, Joel, will you be reviewing any of the King Room 3D printers, like the KP3S or KP3S Pro? It's possible. I don't believe they've emailed me asking about this, but who knows in the future? It's possible. Juan Martin Ramon, I use silicone with BL touches for that reason. There you go. Bam. Just like that. We're getting some good print quality here, yeah? It's moving so fast. Gee, Christmas. I could try to get you up higher. You want to see down? You want to see down a little bit? I could put it on a spool or 2. Yeah, let's see what happens. Grab some of this. Ugh. Power cord came out. I kind of need that. Here we go. That's not bad. I'll take that. Stephen White became a member. Thank you very much. Memberships here on YouTube really support the creators, such as myself, and I'm really thankful when it happens. Stephen White, you get a little icon next to your name, and I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so very much. If you want to become a member here on YouTube, there's a link down under the video somewhere that says, like, become a member, or something like that. Look at that thing move. Andrew Osmond, what is the print? It is a little nameplate that says SUNLU on it. Little nameplate that says SUNLU. It's just a nice, quick little print. I'm just excited because, you know, this is what we had to work with before. Will it focus? Oh, that's right, it's manual focus. Well, anyway, that's what we had to work with before, this thing. Bad, bad, bad. Bless your heart, Stephen White. Appreciate it. Mab4110. I'm late to the party. What's being printed? This is a test model from SUNLU. It's a little badge, and it says SUNLU on it. So we're printing that out just to verify. They had said the original print from this machine was something that didn't work very well, and they said, oops, sorry, we sent you the wrong G-code. We have a new firmware file for you to upgrade the machine with as well, so print that. And I'm like, let's give it a shot. It's Friday. It's good vibes. Good vibes today. Paul Feeney, I've been running my T3 pretty hard for the last 2 weeks, working on a Droid project. Turned out very nice. Might pick up another one. Sweet! That's really good to hear. Resin Minis, would you recommend this printer at the current price? That I don't know for sure. So, unfortunately, with the problems we had at the beginning, I need to dive a little bit deeper into this machine just to kind of figure out how it works and see if it would be something that, A, I would use or something that I would recommend. It is performing as it should, but still, I don't know. De-evolution, what is the best filament color for time lapses? Not white. Go pick up something sparkly and shiny. That'd be a good one. Upscale Lures, how are you drying out your filament these days? PLAs, I'm not drying just because I don't have any problems with PLAs. I'll dry PETGs. I'll dry TPUs. And I'll do that with like a little filament or like a little dehydrator, food dehydrator. That's how I dry it. One thing that's interesting, on the back of this machine, there is a dedicated fan to cool the stepper, to cool the stepper being used for extrusion. And if I put my hand on it, I mean, it gets a little warm. So they might be running a higher voltage on that thing just to give it the oomph to continually push filament. Hey, it's Tor. Howdy from TH3D. How's the printer going? It's going okay, man. It's printer goes brrr, right? It's moving. It's making a little SUNLU nameplate. It's a default test print that they sent, and they said, "Hey, can you print this out? See what happens." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Esky, a well-tuned Ender 3 can go faster than that. Abso-frickin-lutely. Absolutely. In fact, the Ender 3S1, I believe the Pro, I don't know, Creality sent me one, and they sent the Sonic pad as well, because they're like the Ender 3, using the Sonic pad, which runs Clipper, can pair together and make something that prints really fast, really well. And so I'm hoping to be able to try it here soon and maybe take you along for the ride. Maybe that's a live stream we do. That could be a lot of fun. Leo Castle, do you know the humidity in your studio print farm? You operated about 40. Okay, good. Relative humidity here is anywhere between 35 and 42% usually. I got a really good HVAC system here in the studio, and plus in the Pacific Northwest, humidity is never really an issue. There are some days in the summer that might get a little muggy, but other than that, it's really, really not bad. And if you have an air conditioner here in the Pacific Northwest, like your inside air is just going to be golden the whole time. Yeah, we're making a thing. Raj Halder, but wouldn't the stock Ender 3 hot end with limited speed? Sure, the hot end on the Ender 3 isn't the best. You know, you can always upgrade to something from E3D or Slice that'll get you more volumetric flow. But also, you would have to modify the firmwares of the Ender 3 in order to get you more acceleration and play with the jerk settings. I think that's more important than the extruder pushing filament. That's my guess. Stock Ender 3 hot end can easily go to 150 millimeters a second with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. That's good. Good. Okay, so we've got a really good stock baseline. So at that point, you're just modifying, I believe, acceleration values, right? You're just trying to get the machine moving faster and but properly. Dave, so is the Elegoo Neptune 3 the best choice in this price range? I don't know what the price range on the Neptune 3 is. I've had all sorts of issues with my Neptune 3. I know Uncle Jesse has them, and he loves them. But my Ender 3 was just garbage, absolute garbage. And then they said, here, upgrade the firmware. Here's a new firmware. And they gave me a new firmware, and it was printing better. So I still have to find some time to print more stuff on it. It hasn't really been a priority because it hasn't been a big ask on the show. You're the first person to ask me about the Neptune 3 in a month and a half-ish. Yeah. Juan Martin Ramon, I wonder what clipperizing an Ender 3 would do. Some people have done it. It can run pretty well. If you take the Creality Sonic Pad, which is essentially clipper and a touchscreen, it'll clipperize an Ender 3. It should work. Should work just fine. Andrew Osmond, member here on YouTube. Thanks for that, Andrew. If you're curious about becoming a member here on YouTube and getting that cool little icon next to your name, you too can. You just have to click a button down in the description or like under the video. I believe it says become a member, something like that. Jeff Stoner just picked up my first printer, a Prusa, and having a blast. What advice would you give for a noob? One of the things that I always tell people that I wish I would have been told at the beginning is don't be afraid to fail. I started with a FlashForge Creator Pro, which was a side-by-side dual nozzle setup, and it had some Kapton tape in the bed. And I didn't really try to print cool stuff. I printed some easy stuff, but I didn't really try to print cool stuff because I was always afraid of scratching the Kapton tape or breaking something in the extruder because, oh my goodness, then what would I do? Oh my goodness. Now though, I'm just like full send to everything because most of the time a 3D printer is gonna have parts that you can fix or clean up or whatever. So my advice to you is just to don't be afraid to have some fun with that machine. Like if it breaks, fix it, and then keep going. Aaron F. Geared, I wonder what creator Creality stole it from. Yeah, there's been some issues with Creality Cloud, that's for sure, Aaron. Man. Kyle Levy. Kyle! What's up, man? Juan Martin Ramon, did they finally add support for the normal Ender 3? I don't believe so. Omi Barak with 200 something. I don't know what those are, but I loved your spool rack. High five to you, my friend. Thanks. It's back there, and it's glorious. Yeah, I'll give you a shot. Ready? Oh, there it is. Ooh. Behold my filament wall. Ooh. I got some space here to put some filament. Come back. There we go. Oh, Andrew, I renewed your membership. Got it. Eski, hey Joel, do you have an idea why 3D printer manufacturers chose to go for faster printers when people just asks for just a reliable and functional machine? Well, some people ask for that, but some people also ask for speed in a 3D printer. They wouldn't have made it unless people have asked for it, generally speaking. So fast printing, high quality. That's essentially what they're trying to offer, right? I don't know if you're talking about the Bamboo. Stephen White, 230 watching, 71 likes. Just saying, hey, if there's 230 watching, some of you, go click that like button. Let's get it to 100. Let's just get it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it for 100. Barton Fink, not seeing enough High Five Blue. Oh, my friend, I'm out. I'm out of High Five Blue. I was actually going to put an order in with Protopasta here to get some more High Five Blue. I think I need I don't know, like a dozen. I need a dozen spools of High Five Blue. Henry Blanchard. Hey, Joel, currently trying to design a vault key from Fortnite to print. Any tips for freestyle modeling? I don't do a lot of freestyle modeling, so I'm not really the person to ask for tips. I would find people who do freestyle modeling, see if they have like a YouTube channel or if they publicize their work. I would just take it slow. I know Bill from Punished Props has told me if you think of a lightsaber hilt, it's just a bunch of concentric circles. So once you can, for freestyle modeling, once you can break something apart into just freestyle shapes, then you just need to build the shapes on top of one another, and then you get something that's starting to look cool, and then you can kind of refine the shape and do some sketches to make it look cool. But I wish I had more advice. I just don't on that one. Will they make a High Five Blue in PLA Plus or CF Nylon? I would be happy. What do you mean by PLA Plus? What's the plus in PLA that you're looking for? They do make a High Five Blue PET G. Oh, YouTube's telling me now would be a good time to insert an ad. Boo. No, we're not doing that. Just Lex. Do you like the Ender 6? Do you like the Ender 6? Do you like the Ender 6? We've said that a couple times, haven't you? I've never used one, so I can't say if I do or not. Andrew Osmond, $4.99? Are you out of your mind? It's been a while since I've been able to say that. Any money that comes in, if it ends in 99, you are obviously out of your mind. So there we go. Phil Nolan, PLA Plus prints a little easier. Well, PLA already prints easy, right? What is the plus in PLA Plus that makes it print easier? Like PET G prints easier than PET because of that G, the glycol they add to it. But PLA is already an easy material. It's like the easiest, right? So what would they add to PLA to make it print easier? Carl, welcome. Hey, Tripod, you're here. Welcome. Patrick Prince, hello from Malta. Hey, Patrick. See you in a few days, right? Something like that. Resin, Joel's the real MVP. Down with the YouTube overlords trying to take over the stream. Yeah, that's right. You will not insert an ad, YouTube. You will not. Upscale Lures, what's the best multicolor printer ever? Ever! I'm trying to 3D print my fishing lures in color. Ever, you're looking at industrial machines that can do all sorts of crazy colors. Those are going to be ever. Right now, though, if you want to do multicolor, the Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon right now seems to be the machine to beat as far as being able to do multicolor. I mean, I could be wrong, but multicolor's stupid easy on that machine. So, there you go. Although the Chameleon 3D from Bill Steele has a Chameleon 3D. It does multicolor really well. It's a bit of a solution, but you can add it to really any machine. Maybe look at that. There you go. Just Lex, what filament brand would you recommend? Lots of them. My High Five Blue is in Protopost. It's great. The Jesse PLA from Printed Solid, I've had a lot of fun with. There's certain Amazon brands that I've used that work well. Like Hatchbox has worked well. Imolin has worked well. I haven't used the Micro Center filament yet, but some people have told me they really like it. What else do I print with? The Quantum from Matter Hackers has been fun. There you go. There you go. Larry Halseth, PLA Plus. The Plus has no standard meaning beyond PLA and something else. Ah, got it. Okay. Patrick Brand, super excited to meet you in person. Dude, for sure. A couple days. See you there. Hey, if anybody else finds themselves in Malta next week, I'll be there. Like, come say hi. Patrick Prince will be there. You can come say hi to Patrick, too. Hey, this is almost done. Let's see, James E200. The skirt is an option under bed adhesion, yet it does nothing to help the print stick. What's it for? Oh man, I love this question. So a 3D printing skirt follows the general outline of the 3D geometry projected down into 2D space on the bed, and it lays down a number of perimeters along that, and that's called the skirt. And what that is for, if you're watching the 3D printer go, you can see the skirt being made, and if the nozzle's too high or too low, then you can adjust on the skirt before it starts the print on the main model. That's what, at least that's what I use it for. I remember Stefan, CNC Kitchen, put out a video a while back where he took out the skirt and he was messing around with settings to get it so the print would start as the extrusion was ready, with the idea being he's wasting as little filament as possible. But there's always going to be some waste when you make stuff, and that skirt, while it is a waste, it still is very beneficial when you're trying to judge the height of the nozzle as it goes around the perimeter of the model you're trying to print. Because if the skirt lays down in its entirety okay, it's generally safe to assume that the print bed surface within the skirt is going to also hold on to the model just fine. That's what I use it for. Larry Cluster, hey, down in Puyallup, man. Hey, from up here in Seattle. Just Lex, what is your absolute favorite printer that you own? It changes. It depends on what's loaded with the filament I want to use, what's close to me, what's powered on, the project I'm trying to print. I like lots of different machines for various reasons, and I don't have a single favorite. I can tell you right now, in my office at home, I've got a Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon. I've got a Prusa Mark III S Plus. What else do I have in there? Those are the only two going right now that I'm using in my home office. Carl Fent, what is the new firmware have you got on this, Joel? I don't know. SUNLU just said, here's new firmware. Load that. They didn't tell me anything else about it. Jessel3D, HDPLA, High 5 Blue is great for heat resistance after it's annealed. That's true. Some decent PLA filaments allow you the ability to anneal the filament after a print. We tried that one time. Alex and I did. We annealed a shift knob for my old WRX. David Lewis, do you like the CR5 Pro? I don't know. I've never used one. Barton Fink, I used a skirt to make a wall around an ABS print to prevent print warpage. Yeah, a skirt that is the height, that is the height of the model, can create that wall around the model to kind of keep the heat in, and it's a great use for it. Leo Castle, oh, you're in Redmond. Hey, from over here on this side of the lake. Good to have you on. Draft Shield, thank you, Gerhard. Draft Shield, that's right, it's called a Draft Shield. Draft Shield. Hey, we're almost done. Look at this. Probably just have one more top layer, is my guess. It's moving. It is moving and shaking. Resin Minis, are you going to review more resin printers or stick with mainly FDM for now? I'm starting to get set up for more resin 3D printers. I needed a dedicated space in my garage in order to do it. The studio isn't well equipped to handle resin-based 3D printing, especially now that the back room is where the print farm is. And so I do have some resin machines on deck. I've got the Zip from Nexa 3D. I've got the Saturn II. I believe Creality has an 8K machine coming out, and I've got the SL1S just to keep doing some fun projects with. So I do have some more resin coming. It's just a matter of getting my garage ready, the room or the little space I have for it ready in the garage. But a gamer, $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Thank you so much. That deserves a high five right there. I love 3D printers so much. Love you. Love you right back. There you go. I'll give you a heart. There it is. There you go. There it is. Thank you for that. That is kind. Upscale Lures, what do you think of the Cetus 2? I put out a video on the Cetus 2 a number of months ago. It's an interesting machine. The filament changes at like where the filaments converge, the two filaments, is almost at the tip of the nozzle. It's really cool to see. I ended up giving that machine away at Protopasta along with like 20 others when I did a big giant giveaway not that long ago. It's an interesting machine. They're doing some cool stuff with it. It is heavy, super duper heavy. It was fun to use. Put some clipper on it. Hans Wurst. Yeah, I should. Gerhard Grobler. My favorite PLA is neutral. No additives, just raw PLA. Seems stronger than colored or transparent. That is a very interesting point to make because any additive that you give to a material, generally speaking, is going to reduce its ability to adhere to itself because you're polluting the material with something. Now, granted, if you, well, as an example, if you add chopped carbon fiber to PLA, you get CFPLA, and it's not stronger. It's stiffer, but it's not stronger. The only way to add strength with an additive is something like inline carbon fiber, which is what the Mark Forge machine does. Matt Russell, if you want to move to multicolor, would you go bamboo or Prusa XL? That's a good question. So the Prusa XL is going to have the 5 heads on it. Hey, we're done. Prusa XL is going to have the 5 heads on it, which makes it a fun machine to think about for multi-material and multicolor. It's not available right now. I don't know when they're shipping. But if you want something right now for multicolor, the Bamboo Labs has been proven by lots and lots of people using it, and so it's a pretty safe bet. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. So it's like a refrigerator magnet. Kind of bendy. Okay. How about like that? There it is. There we go. Got that off the build plate. Okay, taking a look. So there we go. I'm going to take my thing off right there. So there we go. That's what it made. The SUNLU. I don't know if I can focus on these back walls. We can certainly try. Okay, I mean, it did a fine job. I can tell you right now, the sides feel nice. Remember, this was the first one. That was the first one. So yeah, I would say, oops. I would say the G-code is bad. But this G-code is good. That came out good. Hey, good job, SUNLU. Looks like when you have proper G-code, that is that was where'd it go? And bam. Okay. It looks like that was the way to go. Well, we've proven today that the SUNLU T3, Terminator-3, works. And it was because of some bad G-code that we were sent initially. Now, I don't have a list as to what was fixed in the firmware that they sent, but it was new firmware. So hopefully I can talk to SUNLU and kind of find out and see if that's set as a firmware for everyone else. Well, there we go. We proved it. We proved it. This is a fun little stream. I wonder if there's a way. Is anyone else streaming? I'm trying to think if there's a way, because I know Nero sent someone to me. I wonder if there's a way. Share. What the heck? Oh, interesting. Combo software and G-code. I'm trying to figure out a way. I thought there was a way where you could send someone, like if you're, oh well. Just a link in the chat? Oh, is that what it is? No, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. I'm going to look real quick, just because we're here. We're here, you know. Might as well look. Doesn't hurt. I think they call it a redirect. Redirect. I think you have to set up the beginning. Oh well. Well, listen. If you made it this far, you're awesome. I really appreciate you coming by. Happy frickin' Friday. And in a few days, I will see you in Malta. So make sure you're following me on Twitter or TikTok or even YouTube here. I'll make some shorts, but we've got a lot of really cool stuff planned with some really cool people. Thanks to Construct 3D and their new machine for bringing us out. If you made it this far, awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more. Fight for a cause you believe in. Go have some lunch. And as always, high five.